Earth had always been considered a quiet, insignificant planet in the vast galaxy. It was home to billions of humans who lived their lives unaware of the greater universe surrounding them. While Earth was part of the galactic system, it was far from being the center of attention. That all changed one fateful day. The Galactic Council, a group of the most powerful and influential alien species, made a shocking announcement. Earth's classification was being upgraded from a lowly Class 3 planet to a Class 14 Deathworld. This sudden shift left the galaxy in a state of confusion and panic. No one had ever imagined Earth could be classified among the most dangerous worlds in the universe. A Deathworld was a designation given to planets known for their extreme environmental dangers and lethal wildlife, where only the toughest of species could survive. Class 14 was the highest and most dangerous category. Many of the worlds classified as Class 14 were known to be home to terrifying creatures, deadly climates, and unimaginable risks. These planets were often avoided by most civilizations, as even the bravest adventurers found it too dangerous to explore. The Galactic Council's decision to upgrade Earth's status caused immediate concern across the galaxy. It was difficult to believe. How could a planet like Earth, with no advanced alien civilizations, pose such a threat? Was the classification a mistake, or was there something on Earth that the rest of the galaxy didn't know about? On Earth, the news was met with a mix of fear and disbelief. Governments across the planet scrambled to understand the implications of the Galactic Council's decision. What did it mean for humanity's future? Was the galaxy preparing for some kind of attack? Or were they simply afraid of something hidden on Earth that they hadn't discovered yet? In response, humanity's leaders called for an emergency meeting to discuss the situation. While some leaders were nervous, unsure of what the future held, others saw it as an opportunity to prove Earth's strength to the galaxy. They began to investigate the reasons behind the sudden classification, hoping to uncover any secrets that might explain why their planet was suddenly so dangerous. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, other alien species reacted with fear and suspicion. Some viewed the reclassification as a warning, while others saw it as an opportunity to exploit Earth for its unknown resources. A few even began planning covert operations to investigate the planet up close. The galaxy watched in anticipation, unsure of what to make of Earth's new status. One thing was certain. Earth's days of being a quiet, unnoticed world were over. It had just become a planet that everyone in the galaxy would pay attention to and fear. The news of Earth's sudden reclassification spread like wildfire throughout the galaxy. Once considered a peaceful, unimportant planet, Earth was now seen as a dangerous, unpredictable world, one that no one could ignore. Its new status as a Class 14 Deathworld shook the foundations of the galactic community. Alien species that once viewed Earth as nothing more than a distant, inconsequential world now saw it as a threat to their safety. The Galactic Council had made the decision quickly, but no one really knew why Earth had been upgraded. Some believed it was a mistake, a glitch in the system. Others, however, saw it as a signal. Earth had changed in ways no one could fully understand. Alien factions now debated amongst themselves about how to respond. Some argued that Earth's new classification was based on the planet's dangerous environments, harsh weather, unpredictable natural disasters, and even the strange, aggressive creatures that roamed the planet. Others believed that something far more terrifying was at play. They questioned whether Earth's inhabitants, the humans, had somehow gained power beyond anyone's comprehension. No one knew for sure, but fear spread like a shadow over the galaxy. Back on Earth, the news was met with confusion and disbelief. Humanity had always lived in the shadow of other, more powerful civilizations, but now they found themselves at the center of the galaxy's attention. The reclassification created panic and uncertainty on Earth. While some saw the situation as an opportunity to prove their strength, others were filled with dread, unsure of what would happen next. In the world's capitals, government leaders scrambled to make sense of the new development. Military officials began to assess the situation, wondering if they needed to strengthen defenses or prepare for an invasion. Meanwhile, scientists worked tirelessly to find out why Earth had been given such a dangerous reputation. They dug into ancient records, trying to find any clue that might explain what had changed. Despite the chaos on Earth, one thing was certain. The galaxy had taken notice. As the days passed, alien ships began to appear in Earth's orbit. Some came in peace, curious to learn more about the planet and its sudden rise in importance. Others, more cautious, lingered in the distance, watching Earth from afar, uncertain whether to approach or avoid. The humans were caught in a strange position. For the first time, they were the ones being watched, the ones being judged. Earth's leaders tried to maintain calm, reassuring the public that they had nothing to fear. But the reality was that no one knew what the galaxy's reaction would be. Would they accept Earth as a powerful new player in the universe? Or would they see humanity as a dangerous threat that needed to be neutralized? The news of Earth's reclassification as a Class 14 Deathworld had sent ripples across the galaxy. Tension hung in the air as alien species debated what actions to take. Some were curious, while others were fearful. But none were as direct as the arrival of the alien diplomat, Jael. She was a member of the Crixian race, known for their strength and wisdom, and a high-ranking representative in the Galactic Council. Jael had been sent to Earth on a mission to warn humanity about the gravity of their new status. The first signs of her arrival were unmistakable. Her sleek, silver starship descended into Earth's atmosphere, a marvel of technology no human could match. As it landed in the center of the United Nations headquarters, a hushed silence fell over the crowd. Jael emerged from her ship, her towering figure intimidating yet graceful. Her presence alone was enough to make even the most seasoned human diplomats uneasy. Her long, metallic limbs gleamed under the sun, and her alien eyes, black as space itself, studied every movement on the planet below. She was here for one purpose: to deliver a warning. The humans gathered in the vast hall where she was received, unsure whether to feel awe or fear. Jael addressed the room in a calm, measured voice, yet her words carried the weight of an entire galaxy. Earth, she began, has been reclassified for a reason. The galaxy sees you now, not as the small, insignificant planet you once were, but as a world capable of great destruction. The powers that be are watching. If you do not understand the significance of this, you will suffer the consequences. Her warning was clear. The galaxy had its eye on Earth, and they weren't sure whether to treat it as a threat or a potential ally. Jael explained that many species saw Class 14 Deathworlds as worlds of extreme danger, where the inhabitants could destroy entire civilizations without warning. Earth was now one of these worlds, but the galaxy didn't yet know whether humanity could be trusted. Jael continued, "I am not here to make threats, but to make you understand. There are those who would see your rise as a challenge, and they will not hesitate to strike if they believe it is necessary. You must show restraint, and you must prove to the galaxy that you are not a danger. But be warned, humans are not known for their patience or their diplomacy." As she spoke, the humans in the room exchanged uneasy glances. They had known the galaxy viewed them with suspicion, but Jael's words painted a far darker picture than they had expected. The Crixian diplomat wasn't the only one watching them. Other factions in the galaxy were preparing to make their move, unsure whether to align with or oppose Earth's growing power. Jael's warning struck a chord in the hearts of Earth's leaders. The future of humanity and its place in the galaxy was uncertain. Would they be able to live up to the expectations placed upon them, or would the weight of their new classification push them toward disaster? The real question now was not whether humanity could survive, but whether it could adapt quickly enough to navigate the dangerous political landscape it had been thrust into. The galaxy was watching, and Earth's next steps would determine its future. The warning from the Crixian diplomat, Jael, hung heavily in the air. Earth had been given a new status, one that brought both fear and awe from the galaxy. The humans now had a target on their backs, and the question was no longer if they would be attacked, but when. Earth's leaders and military were under intense pressure to respond, but they were unsure how to protect themselves against the galaxy's greatest powers. They had never faced a challenge like this before. However, the situation took an unexpected turn. During a routine excavation in the deserts of Arizona, a group of scientists stumbled upon something incredible, an ancient underground facility buried deep beneath the earth. What they found there would change everything. Inside the facility, hidden for millennia, were blueprints and pieces of technology far more advanced than anything humanity had ever seen. The technology appeared to be of alien origin, but there was no sign of the species that had created it. The more the scientists investigated, the more they realized that Earth's past was not as simple as they had once believed. The technology they uncovered was powerful, far more advanced than any human invention, and yet it seemed perfectly adapted to Earth's environment. Word quickly spread to the highest levels of government and the military. The discovery was a game changer. As the news broke, leaders and military officials from all over the world began to mobilize. They realized that despite their initial shock, Earth had a hidden strength, one that no one had known about until now. With the newfound technology, humanity began to develop advanced weapons and defense systems. Ships were built using materials stronger than anything Earth had ever known, and new energy sources were harnessed that could power entire cities with a fraction of the resources. The global military began training with the alien technology, learning how to use it effectively. It was an all-out race against time. But Earth was not just developing weapons. They were learning how to defend themselves in ways no one had expected. The newly discovered technology gave them the means to shield their cities and protect their people. It allowed them to build defensive barriers that could withstand the strongest attacks from any alien species. For the first time in history, Earth was not just playing defense. They were becoming a force to be reckoned with. The humans began to realize that their new classification as a Class 14 Deathworld might not be a curse, but a blessing. With the advanced alien technology at their disposal, they could not only defend their planet, but also explore the stars in ways they had never imagined. They could challenge the galaxy's most powerful species, and perhaps even outsmart them. But the galaxy wasn't waiting. As Earth prepared for what was coming, alien ships continued to circle their atmosphere. The galaxy was watching, waiting to see what humanity would do next. Would Earth's newfound power be enough to defend against the looming threats, or would it only make them a bigger target? The sudden rise of Earth as a Class 14 Deathworld had thrown the galaxy into chaos. While humanity prepared for the unknown, the galaxy's various factions could not decide how to react. Some viewed Earth's new strength as a threat, while others saw it as an opportunity to exploit. Earth's leaders had hoped for peace and cooperation, but not everyone in the galaxy shared that vision. On Earth, tensions were high. Governments and military leaders knew that they were standing at a crossroads. They had to figure out how to use their newfound power wisely without provoking an all-out war with the galactic community. The discovery of alien technology had turned the tables, but humanity's leaders were unsure whether it would be enough to protect them from the forces that now circled Earth like predators. Meanwhile, in the galaxy, alliances were beginning to shift. The Crixian Council, having warned Earth of the dangers it now faced, had begun to take action of its own. Many of the galaxy's most powerful species were sending their fleets to Earth's borders. Some sought to understand the true nature of Earth's rise. Others, however, saw Earth as a growing threat to their dominance and were preparing for confrontation. The first signs of danger came when a fleet of alien ships, unlike any Earth had seen before, appeared near the planet's orbit. These ships belonged to the Zorvesh, an ancient and highly aggressive species known for their ruthlessness in battle. The Zorvesh had never encountered Earth before, and their leader, a cold and calculating warlord named Kerex, was not about to underestimate the humans. Kerex saw Earth's sudden rise as an opportunity to test the limits of their military power. His fleet, a massive armada of warships and battle drones, moved towards Earth with alarming speed. Kerex believed that the humans would not be able to defend themselves, and he planned to make an example out of them. He wanted to prove that even a reclassified Deathworld could be easily crushed by the might of the Zorvesh. On Earth, the sudden arrival of the Zorvesh fleet sent shockwaves through the planet. Earth's leaders feared the worst. They knew that their defenses, while powerful, were not yet tested against an enemy like the Zorvesh. But the humans had no choice. They had to fight. The first battle was intense. Earth's newly equipped military, using the alien technology they had discovered, fought back with everything they had. The battle raged for hours, with Earth's ships and defenses holding strong against the Zorvesh onslaught. The humans were able to repel the initial attack, but the Zorvesh were relentless, sending wave after wave of fighters and missiles toward Earth. However, something unexpected happened during the battle. The Zorvesh underestimated Earth's determination. The humans, though outnumbered and outgunned, fought back with unmatched courage. Their use of the alien technology allowed them to turn the tide, and soon, the Zorvesh fleet began to retreat. Kerex's fleet, once confident in their superiority, was forced to pull back, humiliated by the unexpected resistance. The galaxy watched in shock as Earth's military, armed with their new power, proved that they were not a world to be trifled with. The battle had made one thing clear: Earth had the ability to defend itself, and perhaps more. As the Zorvesh retreated, a new respect for Earth began to spread across the galaxy. No longer was Earth seen as an easy target. It was now a force to be reckoned with. But as Earth celebrated its victory, the galaxy was still uncertain. Would the rest of the galaxy view Earth's unexpected strength as a challenge, or would they recognize humanity's potential as an ally? The fate of Earth now lay in the hands of the humans. The galaxy was on edge, and Earth's place in it was only just beginning to unfold. After the unexpected victory over the Zorvesh, Earth's confidence grew. The battle had shown that humanity could hold its own against even the fiercest enemies. The newly discovered alien technology, which had seemed like a wild hope only months before, had now proven its worth. The Earth's military was stronger, more advanced, and more unified than ever before. But despite the victory, the galaxy was still uncertain. The Galactic Council had watched the events unfold with growing interest. The Crixian diplomat, Jael, had warned Earth about the dangers of their new classification. But what came next was far worse than anyone had expected. The warning came through a high-level transmission from the Council, and it was more than just a message. It was a threat. A fleet of ships, far larger than anything Earth had seen before, was en route to the planet. The Galactic Council had ordered an invasion, a decisive strike to eliminate Earth's growing power before it could truly become a threat. The Council had no choice, they believed, but to send their might to Earth's doorstep. They feared what Earth could become if allowed to grow any further. Earth's leaders were filled with both fear and determination. They knew the battle against the Zorvesh had been hard, but the fleet heading their way was a different story. It was a combined force of various galactic species, each powerful in its own right. The weapons they possessed were beyond Earth's current understanding. The odds were not in their favor. The invasion fleet was scheduled to arrive within days, and Earth had no time to waste. Every military base was put on high alert. Leaders around the world gathered to discuss their next steps. The entire planet was preparing for war. But despite the looming threat, Earth's unity was undeniable. Governments, military branches, and civilians all rallied together for the fight of their lives. The newly developed weapons were put to the test, and Earth's defense systems were upgraded even further. As the invasion fleet neared, the tension reached its peak. The skies above Earth were filled with the faint hum of alien ships entering the atmosphere. But just as the first wave of enemy ships prepared to enter Earth's orbit, something unexpected happened. The fleet stopped. The ships froze in place, as if caught by an invisible force. The galaxy's most advanced species, the ones who had been preparing for a final showdown, paused in confusion. Their commanders had no explanation. The fleet's orders were clear: invade Earth. But now, they were stuck in a standoff. with no one moving forward. Then, without warning, a single human ship appeared at the front of the fleet. It was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen, faster, more powerful, and brimming with advanced technology. The ship hovered before the massive invasion fleet, daring them to make a move. A lone human vessel, facing the full might of the galaxy's most powerful species, with Earth's future hanging in the balance. The human ship's captain, General Elias Cole, spoke directly to the invaders, his voice calm yet unwavering. "You were warned. Earth is not what you think. Leave now, or face the consequences." The invaders hesitated. The fleet commanders were stunned. They had expected to overwhelm Earth easily, but this single act of defiance had thrown them off course. It was clear that humanity had something no one had expected: courage, determination, and the willingness to fight against impossible odds. In a shocking twist, the invasion fleet turned around. Without a single shot fired, the enemy retreated, leaving Earth to stand victorious once more. The galaxy watched in stunned silence. No one had expected this. The humans had just pulled off the impossible, not through sheer power, but through their will to stand firm. Earth was no longer just a Class 14 Deathworld. It was a force to be reckoned with. The galaxy would never look at humanity the same way again. The question now was, what would Earth do with its newfound strength? The retreat of the invasion fleet left the galaxy in shock. Earth had not only survived, but had made its first major stand in the galactic arena. The galaxy's most powerful species, after preparing for an all-out war, had been forced to retreat by a single human ship. The message was clear. Earth was no longer a small, insignificant planet. It was a rising power. The news of Earth's victory spread quickly across the galaxy. For the first time, species that had once looked down on humans now saw them in a new light. They had fought back against the might of the galactic forces with determination, technology, and sheer willpower. But the retreat of the invasion fleet was just the beginning. Earth's place in the galaxy had changed forever. Earth's leaders, though shaken by the narrow escape, realized they had to act quickly. The defeat of the invasion fleet had earned Earth a moment of respect, but it wouldn't last long if the planet remained isolated. Now, more than ever, they needed to find allies, to show the galaxy that Earth could be a force for good. The threat of more invasions still loomed, and Earth needed to be prepared for what came next. It wasn't just about defense anymore. Earth had to learn how to thrive in this new, dangerous world. The newly discovered alien technology had already been key to Earth's survival, but now humans needed to adapt it to make themselves valuable in the eyes of other species. They had to prove they were more than just a planet that could fight back. They had to show that they could cooperate, innovate, and contribute to the greater galaxy. The first step was reaching out to other species, extending an olive branch to those who had once seen Earth as a threat. Leaders from Earth's governments sent out ambassadors, hoping to establish diplomatic relations with the galaxy's major factions. Some alien species were wary, still unsure about humanity's intentions, but others saw potential in Earth and were eager to build connections. Slowly, Earth began to form alliances with other, smaller species, those who had been pushed around by the larger powers in the galaxy. But not everyone was open to Earth's rise. Some factions saw humanity's sudden strength as a challenge to their own power and influence. These factions began to make their move, planning to undermine Earth's efforts at diplomacy. The human leaders knew they would face resistance, but they had learned from the invasion. They would not back down, no matter how tough the challenges became. While the political world worked to create new alliances, the human military continued to refine their technology. The unexpected defeat of the invasion fleet had proven the value of the alien technology they had discovered, but there was still so much more to learn. Every day, new breakthroughs were made, and soon Earth's defenses were becoming even stronger. Yet, despite all their efforts, Earth's leaders knew they couldn't do it alone. They needed the help of the galaxy's other species, even those who were hesitant to trust them. Humanity had earned their place in the stars, but it was up to them to prove they could be part of something bigger than themselves. As Earth took its first steps toward becoming a powerful member of the galactic community, they faced an uncertain future. The challenges were many, and the threats were far from over. But humanity had one thing the galaxy had not yet learned to understand: resilience. And with that resilience, they were ready to face whatever came next, together. The shockwaves from Earth's victory against the Zorvish fleet were still rippling through the galaxy. Earth had proven itself a force to be reckoned with, but the galaxy's curiosity was far from satisfied. Even as new alliances formed, many species still wondered what made Earth so dangerous that it earned the title of Class 14 Deathworld. What was the secret that Earth had been hiding? For weeks, Earth's scientists and leaders had tried to understand the true reason behind their reclassification. They had discovered new alien technologies and advanced weapons, but none of it seemed enough to explain why the galaxy had suddenly feared them so much. Everything about Earth's reclassification felt like a mystery, one that the humans were determined to solve. Then, deep in the archives of a long-abandoned space station, hidden in the farthest reaches of the solar system, a team of human researchers made a startling discovery. Among the ruins of forgotten alien civilizations, they found evidence of ancient texts, records written by beings who had visited Earth long before humanity even existed. These records revealed the unexpected truth: Earth's reclassification was not just because of its dangerous environment or its newfound technology. It was because of humanity itself. The texts revealed that Earth had always been special, but its potential had been hidden for millennia. The planet was home to an ancient power, a power that could allow humanity to evolve into something far greater than any of the galaxy's known species. It wasn't just the planet's ecosystems or its fierce creatures that made it a death world. It was the humans, specifically their potential to grow, adapt, and change at an unimaginable rate. The species had always carried within them the ability to become something extraordinary, but it was something no one had recognized until now. The discovery sent shockwaves through Earth's leadership. The truth was far more complex than they had ever imagined. They weren't just a species that had been classified as a death world because of their environment. Humanity itself had the potential to evolve beyond the capabilities of any known species in the galaxy. This was the hidden truth that had caused the galaxy to fear them. Humanity wasn't just surviving on Earth's dangerous conditions, it was thriving because of them. The discovery also explained the sudden rise of Earth's military power and the rapid advancement of their technology. The alien technology they had uncovered wasn't just a lucky find. It had awakened something within humanity, something that had been dormant for centuries. Earth's advancements weren't just about weapons and defenses. They were a manifestation of humanity's true potential. The galaxy had underestimated humans, thinking they were just another primitive species. But now, Earth's true nature was coming to light. With this new understanding, Earth's leaders knew they had to be careful. The galaxy had already shown its willingness to challenge Earth, and now that the secret was out, there was no turning back. Humanity had the power to change the course of the galaxy, for better or worse. But Earth wasn't interested in becoming a force of destruction. They wanted to show the galaxy that they could be a force for good. Humanity's rise had begun, and the future was uncertain. Would the galaxy accept them as equals, or would they see Earth's potential as a threat too great to ignore? Earth's place in the stars was now defined, not by its dangerous environment or its recent victories, but by the untapped power of its people. And the galaxy would soon learn. Underestimating humanity was the last mistake anyone would. The revelation of Earth's hidden potential sent ripples through the galaxy. Humanity was no longer just a dangerous species from a death world. They were now seen as a force with the power to change the galaxy. The knowledge of Earth's extraordinary evolutionary potential was both a blessing and a curse. Some saw it as an opportunity for alliance and progress, but many feared it, seeing Earth's rise as a challenge to their own power. As Earth's leaders gathered to discuss their next steps, one thing was clear: the galaxy would not sit idly by as humanity grew stronger. Some factions, particularly those that had once attempted to invade, still viewed Earth as a threat. They saw the rapid technological advancements, the evolving human resilience, and the untapped potential as a dangerous combination. Their fear grew, and with it, the desire to suppress Earth's rise before it was too late. But humanity wasn't backing down. A new wave of leaders emerged, not just from the government, but from every corner of Earth. They were not soldiers or diplomats, but ordinary humans, scientists, activists, teachers, and engineers who had witnessed the power of human innovation and unity firsthand. They understood that Earth's future depended on harnessing their true potential, not just for self-defense, but for cooperation with the galaxy. They believed humanity could offer the galaxy something unique: creativity, resilience, and the ability to unite under the most challenging circumstances. This was the beginning of the human revolution. Across Earth, a movement began to take shape. It wasn't led by a single leader or driven by a single government, but by the people. Ordinary citizens from every nation and every background joined together with a singular goal: to prove that humanity could be a force for good in the galaxy. They began to push for a new era of exploration, diplomacy, and unity. They refused to let fear rule their decisions. While military forces continued to train with alien technology, Earth's scientists and innovators worked tirelessly on solutions to improve their society. They understood that in order to earn the respect of the galaxy, they had to prove they could be trusted. They began developing peaceful technologies, focused on healing the planet's environment and improving life for everyone. Earth's resources, once strained, began to be used more wisely, and new discoveries were made in renewable energy, medicine, and space exploration. But not everyone was convinced. As Earth's popularity grew, some factions within the galaxy, especially the more established and powerful ones, still sought to prevent humanity from fully entering galactic society. They continued to question whether humanity's power could truly be trusted. Earth's leaders were faced with the difficult challenge of convincing the galaxy that their rise was not meant to dominate, but to collaborate. Meanwhile, Earth's new allies in the galaxy began to rise in support. They saw humanity's revolution for what it was: a chance for the entire galaxy to evolve. A series of galactic summits were held, bringing together species that had once feared Earth's potential, now willing to discuss peace, trade, and cultural exchange. For the first time, humanity began to take its place as an equal among the stars. The human revolution wasn't just about overcoming fear, it was about changing the way the galaxy viewed them. They had shown strength in battle, but now it was time to show strength in diplomacy, creativity, and unity. The battle was far from over, but Earth was no longer an underdog. The human revolution had begun, and the galaxy would have to decide whether they were ready to embrace the future humanity was building, or whether they would continue to fear it. The story of Earth had just begun, and humanity's place among the stars was still being written. After months of tension and uncertainty, Earth had finally proven itself. The battle for survival had been won, not through sheer force, but through human ingenuity, unity, and the will to protect what was theirs. The human revolution, born from a deep desire to secure a better future, had grown into something more powerful than anyone had imagined. Earth was no longer a world isolated and misunderstood. It was now an emerging leader in the galaxy. The galaxy, once filled with skepticism and fear towards humanity, had begun to shift. While not every alien species had embraced Earth's rise, many of the smaller factions and once oppressed planets had rallied behind humanity. These species, who had long been ignored by the dominant powers of the galaxy, saw in Earth a mirror of their own struggles. They recognized that humanity's fight for a place in the galaxy was the same fight they had been waging for centuries. As Earth's influence grew, the galactic leaders who had once attempted to suppress humanity's power now found themselves in a difficult position. Earth's technological advances and its growing alliances could no longer be ignored. The planet had become a key player in the galactic order. But the challenge remained. Would the larger, more established powers accept Earth's new role, or would they try to eliminate the perceived threat before it could become too powerful? Earth's leaders knew that the real battle was not yet over. Their place in the galaxy had to be earned, not just through strength, but through trust and cooperation. They couldn't afford to let their newfound power go to their heads. Earth had been given a chance to prove itself, but now it had to deliver on its promises of peace and collaboration. In the midst of these challenges, Earth's citizens remained steadfast. They had already proven their resilience, but now it was time to prove their wisdom. The planet's leaders held regular councils with their allies, working together to create new policies that would benefit all species, not just humans. Earth began to share its advanced technologies with its allies, helping to heal the environmental wounds of other planets and improving life for millions across the galaxy. Humanity's approach to diplomacy was unique. They had faced destruction, hardship, and fear, but instead of allowing those experiences to make them bitter, they chose to extend a hand to those who had once feared them. They believed that the galaxy could thrive if its species worked together, and humanity was determined to make that belief a reality. But not all was smooth sailing. Old rivalries, political power struggles, and deep-rooted prejudices still existed. There were factions in the galaxy who were not ready to accept Earth's rise, seeing it as a threat to their own dominance. These factions continued to push for conflict, believing that Earth's power needed to be crushed before it could fully realize its potential. Yet, humanity had learned something crucial from their struggles. They were not afraid to fight for what was right, but they were just as determined to find peaceful solutions. Earth's leaders knew that it would take time to change the galaxy's perception, but they were patient. They had come from a place of struggle, and now they understood that lasting peace would require more than just strength. It would require understanding, compromise, and trust. As the years passed, Earth's place in the galaxy solidified. It was no longer just a death world or a distant planet to be feared. Earth had become a symbol of resilience, a beacon of hope for those who believed in a better future. The galaxy had seen the power of humanity, not just in battle, but in their ability to adapt, learn, and grow. And now, Earth stood at the forefront of a new era, ready to face whatever challenges the universe had in store, knowing that the true strength of humanity lay in its ability to unite, create, and rise above all odds.